So on this channel, I've already discussed what happens in the first four, that's right, 1, 2, 3, 4 staves of A Christmas Carol. But what happens in stave 5, the final part of the story? Let's find out. How's it going, Revision Squad? It's me, Liam, aka Mr. Knight, aka DystopiaJunkie, and this video sees me finishing my summary of Charles Dickens's novella A Christmas Carol. In particular, I will be looking at the fifth and final stave in this quick video. Hopefully you've seen my summaries for the other four staves, and that this video will help you to get to know the story of A Christmas Carol that little bit better. Knowing the plot of your GCSE set texts underpins exam success after all, and that's why you're here, right? You might find it useful to grab a pen and some paper and make some notes as you watch this video, as that way you will strengthen your memory of what happens in this part of the story. So stave 5 begins with Scrooge being back in his bedroom, clutching the bedpost that had only moments earlier resembled the final spirit. He says that he will keep within him the lessons that the spirits taught him, and basically he is super happy, if not a little bit disoriented. Scrooge announces that he is as light as a feather, happy as an angel, and merry as a schoolboy. Basically, he is absolutely thrilled to be alive. So Scrooge then runs to his bedroom window. He pops his head out and asks a boy who is outside, "What day is it?" The boy turns around and replies, "Today? Why, Christmas Day." Scrooge is happy that he hasn't missed Christmas Day, and then tells the boy to buy the biggest turkey in the poulterer's, and that Scrooge will cover the cost. What's more, he decides to send the turkey to the Cratchit household. Not only does Scrooge pay for the turkey, but he pays the boy for his troubles and pays him to take a cab to the Cratchit household too. We are definitely seeing a much more generous Scrooge. In fact, after Scrooge gets dressed in his best clothes, he roams the streets and is just super nice to the people around him. He wishes lots of people a Merry Christmas. Certainly, there's been a pretty drastic transformation. In fact, when Scrooge spots one of the charity workers that he was so rude to the day before, he promises to make what we can only assume is an enormous charitable pledge, one that includes a number of back payments. Clearly, he wants to make up for all the times that he had not helped out. Now, after wandering the streets a bit more and generally being jolly and pleasant, Scrooge turns up to Fred's house. Here, a lovely Christmas dinner is had and many games are played. Suffice to say, all of the guests at this party are pretty shocked at Scrooge's sudden personality change. The next morning, Scrooge turns up to his office early. He wants to catch Bob Cratchit turning up late. And he indeed does. Bob is 18.5 minutes late to the office. Not on Bob. Well, Scrooge begins to play a trick on his employee. Putting on his meanest voice, he begins to tell off his employee, telling him that he won't stand for this sort of thing any longer. And then right at the last moment, he promises to raise his clerk's salary. And that's where the story ends. Scrooge sticks to his word and is in fact better than it. Tiny Tim does not die, and Scrooge in fact becomes as good as a second father to him. Scrooge, he's no longer that mean, crotchety old man from the story's beginning. In fact, he's basically a super top bloke now. And living a new life of positivity and joy, Scrooge never hears from the spirits ever again. And that is how stave 5, and therefore the whole of A Christmas Carol, ends. I really do hope that this has given you a solid understanding of what happens at the end of the story, which should help you to discuss and analyse it. If you have made it this far, please do remember to like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. As ever, I hope that you have an awesome rest of the day, and if you are revising, please do take those frequent short breaks, because a burned out student is not a happy or successful student, which is what I think you deserve to be. So what does happen in Stave 5 of A Christmas Carol? Well, on Christmas Day, Scrooge wakes up a transformed man, clearly having learned the lessons that the spirits have taught him. He is no longer mean, or stingy, or horrible to the people around him. Instead, he is generous with his time, with his money, and with his heart, and is changed not just temporarily, but forever.